This is not your company anymore.
If you come at the king, you best not miss.
Acknowledge us.
Hey, this is the Red Carpet Rain Turnbuckle King here. We're here to talk about which show had the best rating this week. We are talking about NXT versus AEW Dynamite, and this is for the dates of the 27th and 28th episodes. So let's get into it. We are here at the ring, guys. We are here live not just from YouTube, but Facebook and X as well. You guys to double tap that screen as you come into the ring. We're definitely going to talk about the ratings. We're definitely going to talk about each show, and we have a lot of stuff coming out. Actually, it's going to be a busy week. I'm here late. I normally do this on Thursday, but it's been a busy week. You know, we just had AEW All In. We got Bash and Berlin coming up, and we also have AEW All Out coming out soon, and of course NXT No Mercy this Sunday. So let's see who came to the ring before we begin. Let's see who came in. Check it out. We got F4 TV, Figure 4 TV said front row. Salute to you, CeeLo. We got you in here. All right, CeeLo. I know you had some issues getting a lot of chat. I'm glad that issue's been fixed, at least over here. But yeah, we are definitely going to discuss this whole ordeal. We're definitely going to talk about the shows between AEW and NXT. Like I said, a lot of stuff going on. A lot of even TNA got stuff going on as well. So definitely something we're going to definitely dive in. So, but we're going to go over each cards of the show. And we'll go over key moments, go over viewership ratings first. That's what we do. And we're going to just get into it. And like I said, once again, guys, before we begin here, let's make sure, that you keep the notification bell on. Make sure it's on all. Keep that bell on because sometimes notifications be off. So let's keep that in mind as well. Steph, keep that in mind. So while we do that, while we keep the notification bell on, let's also do one more thing before we start. And I'll say it once again. Let's do that one more time. I said it already, but I want to make sure you guys got the notice for it. If you haven't already, double tap that screen. Just double tap that screen as we get into it. Before we do, let's double tap that first. Now, let's get into the show. Let's go over NXT first. Now, we know this recent episode of NXT was stuff like this, but the whole card of NXT was these segments here. And it was over literally Joe Hendry concert, all stuff I mentioned, segments, setting up for NXT No Mercy. But let's go over the ratings first, the viewership. Let's see what the numbers came in for that. Now, the numbers came in for NXT. We had, they increased. They pulled in 615,000 viewership. So that's still good. 615,000. So that's the number pulled in. Let's go over. This was the go-home show before NXT No Mercy this upcoming Sunday, the day after Bash in Berlin. Now let's see what else happened. It said that the 827, the demographic was 0.15 in demographic. And it was it was down, but still 0.16. But it said this was a good rating for the go home show, 615,000. Still a good solid show. But we got here, I know it says 600. If you look here, Now it says 6:15, but it says 6:39. So I don't, but it still said good viewership for the go home show because we do have NXT No Mercy, as we already know, is going to be Sunday, and we'll go over that as well. Now let's go over key moments here for NXT. Let's go over the moments here. Now the moments here, we know we had a good segment between Wesley and Zachary Wentz. I talked about that with their friendship, the way it was. Wesley turned on him and Trevor, I think Trey Miguel of the MSK Rascals, whatever you want to call them. And they had a match set up for NXT No Mercy. And I already did my predictions on that. Check that out on the channel. I did that yesterday, actually. Other than that, that was a good moment. But the one moment here set up for this match, it was Roxanne and the whole Jada Parker story. Now Roxanne's not taking Jada seriously. Jada won a gauntlet to won the right to face Roxanne at NXT No Mercy. So since she did, they had a sit down backstage. It was originally Jada Parker and Schreiber, and Roxanne interrupted, told Sarah to leave. Then they had the confrontation, and Roxanne saying, you have the same story everybody else do, but Jada wasn't gonna let Roxanne get away with talking to her like that. She let her have it. And this was even trending on World Star. Crazy, right?
Man, I'm gonna slap the taste out of your mouth. I'd like to see it try.
So that was a big segment on NXT. Very big segment. One of the top moments of the whole show. But definitely something that was very solid. And I like that. I got to give that a yeet, actually, because Jada brought it out. I got to give that a yeet.
Yeet.
Now, if Jada were to win the NXT Women's Championship on Sunday, that slap will mean a whole lot. If not, then we know why. Just want to notate that. But that wasn't the only good moment, too. We had another setup for NXT No Mercy, and we are talking about the men's championship match for the NXT Championship. Now, we originally had Ethan Page defend the title against Joe Hendry, who won the triple threat last week against Wesley and Pete Dunne for the right to qualify. He won that. Ethan Page tried everything he could in his power to cheat, get the referees out of it, try to distract the referee, grab the referee. And Ava saw that. And what Ava decided to do was, since you don't like to respect referees, you're trying to use it to your advantage, I'm going to have a special guest referee. And as you see in the middle, you got Trick Willie. Whoop that trick. That was a big part of that show. So that was another good segment, another big moment. Trick Williams is a part of the championship match. And I said too, I also spoke on this match well in my prediction. He's going to play a big factor within this whole matchup. He will play a factor. Mark my words, he'll play a factor in this. So do not sleep on Trick Williams being inserted to this match. He's there for a reason, and we're going to see what's the next move he's going to make for that matter. We're definitely going to see that, what's going to happen next with it. So that I would like to see. We definitely like to see what the next move is going to be. But these were very good key moments of NXT. Like I said, very solid show. They still work with story. We got big PLE coming up, and I think it's going to probably be might be the PLE of the weekend. May even outshine Bash in Berlin, which we know is a good PLE. The first one in Germany for the main roster. So let's not sleep on that for 1 second, because they could be a very big difference maker for that matter. Very well could be. Would not put nothing past it. But other than that, though, those were key moments of NXT. Very good. It was just basically the go home show to set up for No Mercy. And I did a rate. I actually did a poll on here, I think yesterday, and I asked you guys between NXT and AEW, which moment did you like better of NXT or AEW Dynamite? Was it the Trick Williams being inserted as special guest referee, or Bryan Danielson address his future regarding the AEW Championship? You guys, 75% of you picked Trick Williams. So you guys, a lot of you guys like the fact that Trick Williams was a part of the NXT title matchup. So that's interesting though. But yeah, these were the key moments of NXT, and like I said, the demographic pretty much in the same range, and the viewership. Now the viewership was 615,000. Waiting to see what the viewership is going to be the week after, right after NXT No Mercy. It'll be that following Tuesday. So only time what's going to tell what's going to happen next. But we'll see what happens. We will definitely see what happens. But let's see what else happened. This is a NXT for August 27th. Well, let's see what else happened on the show. We will move on now to AEW Dynamite. Let's switch gears. We'll go to AEW. Now we don't go over AEW viewership. This is the card here. These are the matches. We had Ricochet had his debut match on Dynamite. Bryan Danielson addressed his future. Mariah May had a championship celebration. And you had a 8-man tag. Jamie Hayter had a return match since coming back from injury, a one-on-one match. And Adam Page versus Stu, whatever his name is. You guys know his name. I'm not pronouncing that. Anyway, let's see how the numbers did. Let's see how AEW did for the week. Let's go over the numbers, shall we? It says here that the AEW Dynamite ratings are down for the All In Fallout episode. So this is the episode after All In, which we know was this past Sunday. Let's see what the viewership came in, how the numbers rank up. They got an average of 691,000 viewers. So it says it's 1% down 1% from last week. It's the lowest audience total for the show since August 7th when it went head to head with Summer Olympics coverage, and I covered that week as well. It said it topped the primetime cable charts with a 0.22 rating, and the 18 to 49 demographic is down 8.3% from last week, and it's the lowest rating the show's done since the 7th. And it said average. They said it averaged between in the past 12 weeks 680,000 and 703. So they pulled a little bit more than 680,000, but it's one of their lowest shows. That's kind of low to see that, because not only this is the episode after All In, they all are also setting up for All Out. Let's see the segments here. Like I said, this is one example here. One match that was announced that's being here in Chicago. You got Chicago Street Fight, Willow Nightingale versus Chris Statlander in a Chicago Street Fight. This would be an All Out. This was announced. It's one of the matches that was announced for that pay-per-view coming up. Now, September 7th, that's literally 6 days after NXT No Mercy, and it's 1 week after Bash in Berlin. Like I said, it's pay-per-views back and forth. TNA today has a pay-per-view called TNA Emergence. That is today. I'm gonna take a look into that as well. I don't know if there are any TNA fans out there, you guys that follow TNA, but we're gonna see what's gonna happen next. Yeah, but definitely it's gonna be interesting to see what the next move's gonna be. Like I said, we are in after summer into the fall season. We got a lot more pay-per-views coming up, and of course it's going to be some more coming up as well. But at the end of August, September, we definitely got some stuff coming up as well, so let's not forget about that. But yeah, man, This is crazy though. He definitely got something. That's one match that was announced, and we know these two been rivaled for a while. They just had the tag team match at All In. It was a tag match, mixed tag match. So now they're gonna finally have the one-on-one match. They're finally gonna have that. Like I said, that was not the only match announced for All Out. Wasn't the only one. There were several others as well. I'm trying to see how this all gonna work out, and it seems like it could be a solid card. I'm giving AEW some credit. I'm doing my best to give some credit here. They because all in was not really all in. Wasn't all in like I thought it should have been. I thought it was a little overrated and a little bit down for what it was before prior. That's the way I see it, at least. At least the way I see it. Some of you could beg to differ, but we will see more about that as well. But that's one match that was announced for AEW All Out September 7th. That was the first match I heard announced. There were a couple others that were announced for AEW All Out. That's all they were setting up for, because All In and All Out always been right behind each other. And I think since AEW already don't do no storyline, I think that kind of hurts the show because you got to have a story going in, at least some kind of backstory. It's pretty much the way I would see it. All AEW All Out is like it's their backlash to their WrestleMania. You got backlash after WrestleMania, where they're All In it's like WrestleMania, and they All Out it's like a backlash. So it's just literally a week and a half, at least backlash to give you a few weeks up to a month. It's just so close behind each other. But let's talk about another match that was set up. We had Swerve and Paige. I guess they reignited this feud. Swerve just lost AEW World Title to Bryan Danielson at All In. Title versus career. And I guess Adam Page, he had his match. He won. And him and Swerve had a promo. Swerve's talking about how Adam Page, he was gone for a while, but he was gone because he had a paternity leave. His wife had their second child. And remember, and then Adam Page reminded Swerve, when we had our rivalry, you went to my house storyline to talk my home and my family. So, Adam Page wasn't with that. But this time, since, Swerve did remind Page, I'm up 2-0 in our feud. I have beaten you twice. But Page came back and said, you never beaten on your own. It was always interference or distraction from Prince Nana or the Mogul Embassy of Brian Cage and others. He said, can you beat me one-on-one? And now they're going to have this determined in a steel cage match. So this is the second match that was announced for AEW All Out, which will be a week from Saturday. In another match, they had Will Ospreay, the brand new international champion, who defeated MJF at AEW All In. He is going to, remember, Pac came out saying whoever wins between Will and MJF at All In, I'm going to challenge that person. It turned out Will won the title. Pac is going to challenge him. And they had a stare down between Will and Ricochet. It was a good stare down. And Pac just came out of nowhere. He came out of nowhere and he attacked Will. He said, don't forget about me. And then Pac said, Ricochet, welcome to AEW, but the line starts behind me. I got Will Ospreay, and I'm going to challenge for his international championship. So it was wild, though. But yeah, it was definitely wild. But hey, they got to build something here. We knew Pac was coming. We knew he was going to have his matchup. We knew that, he's held this championship before when it was the All Atlantic Championship. So Pac got some history with that title, and he is coming back more fierce than ever. Now, I don't know if we're going to beat Will for it because Will just got it back, unless they're playing hot potato with that championship. But, speaking of which, we did have another matchup, like I said before. And that matchup was, like I said before, this was right in the middle of Ricochet. He had his first matchup. It was a solid match, though. I'll give it that. Good, solid match. And this was Ricochet versus Kyle Fletcher. So I'm not bad. Not bad for Ricochet. Ricochet cut a little promo saying, I'm going to show the world what I always wanted to do, what I was limited to do. I guess he trying to say WWE didn't let him do certain stuff as far as an in-ring competitor because he has the high flying style, and now he's going to bring that to AEW. Had the match Kyle Fletcher, part of the Don Callis family, but this was a good one. Ricochet got the win, and then there was a stare down. Like I said, we know at some point it's going to be Ricochet versus Will Ospreay. We know they're going to eventually come to a confrontation. They're going to eventually face off against each other. Given their long history in the Indies back in the day, and they're good friends in real life. And I heard that Will Ospreay was a catalyst into getting Ricochet over at AEW. He pretty much played a help recruit Ricochet, or let's say persuaded Ricochet to come over since they're good friends in real life. But this was a good match, very good match there. So I'll give it that. Solid match there. Well, we don't talk more about it. Ricochet, I don't know what's going to be next for Ricochet. I'm not sure, but I will say that hopefully, I said this before, hope they do right by him. I really hope they do. Because if they don't, it's going to be a big fail. Because he just left the number one wrestling company known as WWE to come over here, and I would hate for him to do that, and then he does not do anything when it comes to AEW, and he's just an afterthought. I really don't want to see that being the case with him. It would not be good, and it wouldn't be good at all. Nobody wants to see that. That's the last thing we want to see. But that's to each his own. To each his own. That's you know, we gotta see what the next move's gonna be as far as Ricochet, because we know Ricochet can go in the ring. We know how talented he is in the ring. I just don't want to see the talent wasted in AEW because they do this with all their talent. They come out here, they have they have they have them. They debut these guys such as Mercedes Monet, Soraya. They debut the men and women. They get hot for a minute, and then we don't hear from them anymore. We don't never hear from them anymore, and they just get lost in the dust. I hope Ricochet is not a part of that mold. I really hope they do something with him. You don't want to see no good talent like Ricochet, especially a guy like Ricochet, just to sit on the shelf. That's all I'm saying. I would not like to see that. You want to see more done with Ricochet. And nothing too. Ricochet's not no, he's not no 19, 20, or even 25-year-old guy. He's in his upper 30s. So something needs to be done. I'm like I said, we all thought he was going to stay with WWE, but he didn't. He made the move and he came over to AEW. So I really hope everything go well for Ricochet. And it's good. I didn't even know he owned the name Ricochet, but he does. But I want to see what next is going to happen. I really do. But like I said, this episode here was pretty much set up a brand new debut of people that was never been, like Ricochet and the return of Jamie Hayter. And of course, it's setting up as well All Out. That's all this is really about. But we want to see what else going on. Now, we'll get into another segment in a second here. As you can see here, it's not on here advertised. At the beginning of AEW Dynamite, we got a little shocking promo. Figure 4 TV said, in my opinion, he did need to fight a match, but they wasted his debut. That's what I'm saying. This was a solid match from him. Solid match for Ricochet. Very solid match. Kyle Fletcher's okay. King Room TV, salute to you. You said Ricochet's the new Negro hero of the wrestling community. Glad he's back. Yeah, he's back in new company. But we got to see what he's going to do next. We got to see what the next move is going to be of Ricochet. Nothing will matter. And nothing will matter. It really won't until we see what he does next. I just got that feeling in my body that he may not get pushed like he should. Yeah, I agree with you, Figure 4 TV, like you said. They definitely wasted his debut. That's why I'm making that statement. Something needs to be done with him because he wasn't really rolled out like he should have been. And AEW's known for doing that. They should have put him out perfect. He'd even have what he could have did if he was going to do him like they should even had been in the Casino Gauntlet match that he didn't win. He could have just came out and shown appearance, you know. But that's AEW booking for you. That's how they do. You said he should. Big Four TV said he shouldn't have flown a PLE. Should have saved for Wednesday. That's what I'm saying. You could have at least showed his face, a confrontation, a stare down, something. You didn't have to waste him for a match. That's all I'm saying. He didn't have to be wasted for that. I thought that was really a big time waste. I really thought that was a big time waste. But what do I know? I really thought it was dumb. It made no sense, whatever. So I don't know what the whole deal is going to be, but it was still. You said so far Sting has to be. Yeah, he's the only one that had the best debut. He really is the only one that had a real good debut. I mean, he only that made sense actually. Nothing else mattered except for that debut for Sting. Because they seem like they don't care about nothing else. Mercedes Moné, Saraya, even CM Punk didn't have a debut like that. He was close, but we'll see. We'll see what happens next. But I thought Ricochet should have been treated a little bit better. Just a little bit better. You know, ain't too much to ask, is it? Not too much to ask. But I thought could definitely been a little bit better. So because it's only so much you can do. Really, only so much you can do. But that's how I see it. I thought it makes sense. But that's how AEW does it, though. Like I said, we gotta remember where we at. With Ricochet, he definitely should have been treated a little bit better. Definitely should have been a better rollout. Everything. Definitely should have been a better rollout because it didn't make no sense here for how this was going down. But we're gonna go over a couple more segments here. We're gonna go over the rest of the show, and then I'll give my what I thought of both shows, comparing not just viewership, but go over the actual qualities of the show. But that's enough of Ricochet. Like I said again, I hope he does well. I really hope so. Also we had Jamie Hayter. She made her return match. She had a return match today, and she had a match against Harley Cameron. You know, Harley Cameron's with Saraya. This was not no crazy match to talk about. She's similar to Ricochet. Now, no, she's not debuting, but return for someone that's a former World Women's Champion. She should have been booked out better. Must have been way better booked. It should have been rolled out better. But I don't know what's gonna happen with Jamie next. But this is another thing I saw that was a fail. She should have been treated way better than this at all. I didn't get the whole thing with Jamie Hayter. I didn't know what the whole deal was with her. That match wasn't like it was a, oh my god match. It's obvious that she's gonna be Harley Cameron. Harley Cameron's not the best in-ring competitor. Let's be honest here. But like I said, I don't know what they're gonna do next with Jamie Hayter. She already looks different. She changed her hair color, like she lost some weight. So I don't know what the whole deal is with that, with Jamie Hayter. I don't see what the deal is, what's gonna move, how they're gonna move forward with her. But we shall see what the next move is going to be for Jamie Hayter. I don't see how they're going to push her. I don't know how this is going to work with Jamie. I really don't see it, but let them tell it. I just don't see it. I really don't see it at all. But other than that, I really think that it's going to be a solid for her. Tyler Helton, salute to you. Well, thanks for coming out. But yeah, Jamie Hayter, this was a bad rollout. She should have rolled out a little bit better than this, guys. Former women's champion. You changed her whole attire. I think things could have been done a little bit better with her. So that's a fail on AEW's end. Another person that y'all do not bring back or debut right. So, but another moment here. We have Mariah May. She had a championship celebration. She talked about how she was the brand new AEW Women's Champion. We thought we was going to get a celebration, but Mariah, I thought she was going to talk about how she beat Tony and everything, but we did not get that from Mariah. We didn't get that at all. We instead got her coming out like this, and then this girlfriend covered boyfriend's face. I guess she was a little jealous there. That's all that was known for. She said she postponed the host segment and she'll do it for next week. So nothing much there, but that's Tony. That's Mariah for you, being a good character that she does. I'm not surprised. So we're gonna get to another moment as well. Mariah is very entertaining. That was actually one of the best, man. It's actually the best one. It's a very good opener match between herself and Toni Storm for the AEW Women's Championship. Very good match between these two. So she won the title quick, though. I remember she debuted last fall. Definitely had one good run. And I think they're doing that, too, because we know Tiffany Stratton, that's comparison in looks. She's set to win the women's title with the Money in the Bank contract she's currently holding. So I think they're doing that to, compare the two. That's the way I see it. That's at least how I see it, though. Hold the phone. We got a donation. We got King Groove for 99-cent super sticker. Appreciate it. King Grove, over here at the ring, we do a soundbite. What soundbite do you want me to play, or do you want me to pick it? What soundbite you want me to play, man? Thank you for your donation. I appreciate that, man. Really do. And let me know what soundbite you want me to play. So I know you come over here, you check out the channel, you comment, show your support. Greatly appreciated. If not, I'll pick one. I'll pick a soundbite for you if you don't want to pick one. But I got you, though, man. Appreciate it, man. Player's choice, bro. Okay. I'll pick one. Let me see. Pick one right now. Because I've been dropping some truth here about NXT and AEW. Tell me when I'm telling lies. Tell me when I'm telling lies. Just let me know when I am.
I'm tired of being nice. Tell me when I'm telling lies.
So greatly appreciate that. And you guys always know you can send a super sticker, super chat, or a Cash App. I got the Cash App tag at the top of the screen there. But yeah, greatly appreciate it, man. But let's move on. But like I said, Mariah May, she deserves that championship. She's been doing her thing, and I can't wait to see what's the next move going to be for her as AEW Women's Champion. But let's talk about a couple more moments of AEW. Another good moment, we saw a return of Jon Moxley. He actually came to open the show. He came out to Tony Schiavone, and he said these very important words. We didn't know what he was talking about. Maybe he was talking about Shane McMahon, but we'll see what he said. If you guys remember this segment, open up the show.
This is not your company anymore.
He just said that and walked off. Now, we know Tony Schiavone's not his company. I don't know if he's talking to Tony Khan or someone's coming in. I don't know if they say maybe Shane McMahon coming in. We don't know. But we definitely going to keep you guys posted though. But definitely it's going to be definitely going to be good. Can't wait to see what the next move going to be. King Guru said, I really appreciate you touching on the Jamie Hayter return. Really enjoyed it, other her knocking down the men, but she was definitely one of my favorites. Fool said she's a Becky Lynch copy. Yeah, they said it because of the orange hair and her attire. No, she's definitely not. I don't like how they changed her attire, but I'm glad to see her back. She's been out for what, 15 months. But John Moxley, back to him. He said that segment, this is not your company anymore. They say Shane McMahon may come in. They say he may make his debut, and they said it's direct towards that. But he just said that and he walked off and didn't say anything else. Then he was shown backstage with him and Marina Shafir, and she attacked some men, and that was it. But we'll go over the big moment here. And the big moment here that we all want to know, the big title win off AEW All In, the biggest moment of the show, the main event of the show that closed out AEW All In. We are talking about Bryan Danielson, brand new AEW World Champion. He was supposed to address his future. Now, a lot of questions people want to know, what people were asking, I should say, was what was going to happen next with Bryan Danielson since he won the AEW World Championship. Would he retire the championship despite him winning Talbert's career? Would he move on with the career? So we're trying to see what's going to be next, because I thought, maybe he's going to pull a Sting. When Sting won at AEW Revolution as a tag team champion, he came out Dynamite, retired the belts. I thought that was the blueprint that was going with Bryan Danielson, because that's what AEW does. They don't really do nothing different, same old shtick. But we got to see. We got to see what the next move going to be. And what he did was, this is interesting what Bryan Danielson had to say in the main segment of the show of Dynamite.
Not retire as AEW champion. I am going to fight for this championship.
So that's what Bryan Danielson said. He's going to keep fighting. And what he said in a promo is, I'm going to keep fighting until I lose the AEW championship. So Bryan Danielson's not retiring the championship. That's a good thing. Basically what he's saying is, I will keep on fighting, defending the championship as AEW World Champion until I lose his championship. That's the whole key. That's what he said on the show. So we don't have to worry about him retiring the belt. Bryan Danielson will continue on as champion only until he loses. He's pretty much going off the Ric Flair angle. Remember, he did that back in 2008. Vince McMahon told him years ago, if you don't, Ric Flair, you could be a competitor as long as you keep winning your matches. The next match you lose, no matter what match it is, if you lose, then you are retired from that point. And he's been retired from WWE since then. That's the angle that they're going with. So that seemed like that's where they're going here with Daniel Bryan. It's just the difference is with Bryan Danielson, I'm sorry, he is the champion, the AEW World Champion. And now he's the AEW World Champion. He's going to compete until he loses the belt. So that's how that's going to go. We're going to see what the next move going to be for Bryan Danielson. We're going to see that's the next move going to be. It's going to be interesting what's going to happen next with Daniel Bryan. So it's definitely going to be interesting. But that's not all. It's not all. It's not exactly it. We did have one more part of the show that went on. And this is right when Bryan Danielson, he had a speech and everything. He said what he's going to say. We thought he was going to be out and the show would be over. At least we thought so. We thought so, at least. But now we had one more little part of the segment, one little more part of the show. And it was interesting to see how this went down. Now he has a new challenger. And the new challenger attacked him right before the end of Dynamite. And it was Jack Perry, the current TNT champion. And he held both belts in the air. He wants to he will be the next challenger for Bryan Danielson. He's going to challenge for his AW title. If Jack Perry does win, I believe it's that All Out, more likely. Bryan Danielson will retire, and Jack Perry will be the new AW champion, and he will be also TNT champion. We never seen that someone hold the TNT championship and the AW championship simultaneously. Never been done before. We have to see. Tyler said MLW wrestling pay-per-view was yesterday. Last weekend, you mean? Last yesterday? WWE and NXT TNA pay-per-view. Yeah, I mentioned that earlier. Yeah, you got TNA tonight, AEW, I'm sorry, WWE main roster Bash run tomorrow, and No Mercy on Sunday. Jack Perry versus Bryan for AEW World Championship. Yeah, that's true. Breaking news, I'm starting pro wrestling promotion soon, coming like TNA AEW more. All right, man. Salute to you. Good luck with that, man. Good luck. But yeah, Jack Perry, him and Bryan Danielson they're gonna fight for that title. But after that, let's go over, since that was the moments here. Let's go over talk about AEW the episode, and we'll talk about NXT. Now AEW here, like I said, it got a little bit better, but still needs to work on storyline. Because, like I said, with John Moxley just saying this ain't coming no more, walking out, we need to see more story to that. That's great. Executed the way he kicked it off, but we need to see more of that. Where are you going next with that, John Moxley? And I think that'd be great once he does that. So we gotta see what's going to happen next with that. But other than that, though, AEW's trying to get a little bit better. They're doing it, but they got to do a little bit more. I'm just saying. And that right there, I still got to put you on the list for that one. You still go on the list. You still go on the list for that.
You know what's going to happen? No. Words? No. You just made the list.
So yeah, you made the list for that one. You got to see what the next move going to be, and you got to do that. We have proper storylines. If you don't have proper storyline, you can't really execute the next best move. You know. Especially after your biggest pay-per-view of the year, all in, and then you get prepared for all out. So they got to do better with that. But like I said, they get a little bit better though. I'll give them that. But you still got to build some type of story. You got to develop the characters, everything. You know, Jamie Hayter, she was gone 15 months, and you had her in a little squash match versus Harley Cameron. Could have done better than that. I was not a fan of that either. You know, that could have been done a little bit better. A lot better. But that's my opinion on that particular part. Bryan Danielson is good. That's a good story because Bryan Danielson. And then we had this match here. You brought back, Swerve and Page. They just ran that back out of nowhere. Like Swerve just immediately not champ no more. He immediately go back to Page. So it seemed like this match so obvious that Page is going to be Swerve this time because Swerve has beaten him twice and Swerve just lost AEW title. So like I said, some things just need to get better with storyline, better development. That's the way I want to see it. Another good story besides Bryan that is going well. Mariah May's going well. That's a good storyline as well. These are the only two stories that I see going well right now that makes sense. And then we got Jack Perry in the mix. Now, Jack Perry, you're not going to win the AEW title right now, but I do see him being AEW champ in the future. So they just got to do better with that. They have to do much better. We see Jack Perry here being built, but we know he's going to get the title at some point. I just don't see it now. If it is, I'll be surprised. AEW just do stuff all over the place. But these are the only two good storylines is Bryan Danielson and Mariah May, the current AEW and AEW Women's World Champions. And then, like I said, Ricochet, we got to do something with this, too. He needs a story, too. If you're going to bring him in right. If you're going to bring Jamie Hayter back, bring her in right. Don't do stuff like this, please. And that's what AEW needs to continue to work on. I really wish they get that together. And then we're going to get to NXT. Now, NXT, they still rolling. They're still doing good with Joe Hendry on NXT. They're still doing good. MLW Wrestling was last pay-per-view last night. Okay. I gotta check that out. How is that on? Is that on YouTube, Tyler? The MLW Major League Wrestling? What can you watch that? Is that literally a pay-per-view or a PLE? AEW need development on storyline and storytelling. Yeah, they definitely need that. I feel bad for Swerve. Yeah, Swerve, he's all the way back to the bottom line. Hangman Adam Page is Drew McIntyre 2.0 or wannabe. I don't like Hangman Adam Page. You know, wannabe Stone Cold as well. So with that, he goes on list just for that.
What's gonna happen? No. Words? You just made the list.
You know, I'm not a big fan of Hangman Adam Page. I can't buy into him. But let's go on to NXT. NXT, however, they do not develop a storyline. They are doing very well. We have Joe Hendry. He's still on NXT every week. I believe Joe Hendry. And then we know he got this big title match coming up at NXT No Mercy against Ethan Page for the NXT Championship with Trick Williams as special guest referee. So Joe Hendry, he definitely has NXT audience in. They're locked into him. They're really into what he's doing. They're really fans of Joe Hendry. I believe on Joe Hendry. And of course, another thing that's going well, the Roxanne Perez, Jada Parker, that story is still going well. I like how that's going. So they still doing well. NXT is still rolling. They're still rolling with storylines. They're still doing well. Roxanne got slapped by Jada. And Jada is going to compete for the title. Like I said, I got my predictions on that. Check that out. But other than that, they have good moments. And this is how you build a story. And that's why I said NXT No Mercy will be the top, I believe, the top PLE of the weekend and maybe even outshining Bash in Berlin. Do not be surprised. You say, oh, man, NXT No Mercy was better than Bash in Berlin. You know, do not be surprised if you hear that Monday, coming Monday, Labor Day. Because the crowd gonna be into it. And then of course the card was good. You had, of course, Wesley and Zachary Wentz. Good story, good tag team. You got the fatal influence of what's her name? JC Jane and Fallon Henley. That was a good story. So like I said, a lot of good stories being developed on NXT. And I say before I say it again, that's the blueprint. If AEW gonna do anything after WWE, take that blueprint. That would be a good thing to do. And I think it's going to help the brands tremendously if you do things that way. That's how they should be doing it. At least how I would see it. Yeah, he is a bootleg Stone Cold. I can't stand Adam Page. He's trash. But other than that, though, NXT's doing well. They're moving the needle. They continuously moving the needle. And not only did we have, I didn't mention it, not only Joe Hendry from TNA was on NXT, we had Rosemary from TNA on NXT that I mentioned in my review. That was a good surprise. She competed against Kalani Jordan. They went one-on-one for her for the non-title match, but it was an opponent chosen by her NXT No Mercy opponent, Wendy Chu. So a very good moment there. And I like the stories that they're building over here at NXT. No doubt about it. They always put on great stories, no matter what the case may be. They always do that. They always show out when it comes to that. So I'm very impressed with what NXT is doing. And like I said, we got NXT. We got a lot of stuff coming up. We got No Mercy coming up. And then later on, a week from Sunday, we got All Out for AEW. So we still got good things going on. A lot of upcoming events for both shows. A lot of upcoming events. So we got to see what the next move going to be. But AEW, you guys better bring it. All I got to say, you guys better bring it. That's all I'm going to say. I hope you do something. It's going to be interesting, though, see how things going to go. It's going to be very interesting because this is the pay-per-view weekend. As I stated earlier, as Tyler stated, it's going to be a good pay-per-view weekend. We got a lot of stuff going on. We got, like I said, Bash in Berlin. We got that Saturday. You got the Go Home Show SmackDown. And we just had the NXT Go Home Show. AEW had their show after All Out, and then All In. Then All Out's coming in. So a lot of good stuff going on. So we gonna see how this gonna be. And like I said, TNA got Emergence. So very, very busy weekend. Very busy one. So we're gonna see what's gonna be the next. We're gonna see what the next thing gonna be. I can't wait to see what the next move gonna be for the companies. Because everybody's trying to do what they gotta do as competitors. Everybody trying to do what they gotta do as companies. But we definitely pro wrestling is at an all-time high right now. So, and I think Booker T just said it recently. We need to stop this whole attitude era stuff, and we really do. This is, I don't know what they call this era now. You know, they always name eras after it's over, but it's definitely a game changer, and it's only gonna get better because everybody wants to compete. Everybody wants to put in the work. But other than that, though, guys, I really don't have nothing else, guys. This was a very, very solid NXT. Like I said, NXT, the reigns weren't that much different between AEW, but the best reign goes to AEW. They got the best reign, I'll give them that. But the better quality show still goes to NXT. And this is the first Dynamite after AEW All In, and it had low ratings. That's unacceptable. So quality, I said before, quantity, AEW, rating wise, they got that on lock. Quality and development character storyline, that goes to NXT. That will always be the case. But they really do need to do some work in here. AEW, step the game up, and maybe you'll get to where you were before. And that's all I have with which show had the best rating this week. We are talking NXT versus AEW Dynamite. Which show takes the crown of this week? Appreciate you all coming out to the ring. I will cover Bash in Berlin, PLE review. Also, NXT No Mercy, PLE review. I already did predictions for both. PLEs coming up. Check that out. I got videos there about that. But other than that, though, guys, I appreciate you guys coming out. Greatly appreciate the support once again. And we have got a busy weekend ahead of us as we got SmackDown. We know it's in Berlin. It was taped more likely. I will still cover that. Soon to be a pop-up for Red Carpet Rain. You guys click the links below to the content on the channel. And of course, guys, you already know what it is at this point. It is OUNT.
Something happened this weekend, and I have been struggling with it since I retired, but this weekend gave me closure.
Wow.
It really did. Like, it was fun. Obviously it was fun. I mean, you can't, doing this for as long as I have and being involved.